My girlfriend broke up with me without even having a conversation. Later, I found messages where she described my emotional openness and crying once as an awful experience, and then her friends convinced her to end our relationship instead of talking to me. The night before I leave for a week-long trip helping a youth summer camp, my GF calls me saying we need to take a break. I am very surprised, but I said I am listening, and that we should have a serious conversation about this when I get back in a week. She agrees to this but says we should not contact each other all week. I found this weird, but agreed to it. It would be hard to contact her anyways, as I would have poor cell service and would be very busy. After I get back, she breaks up with me instead of having the conversation we agreed to. I am left so confused and unresolved that I end up guessing her Discord password. We share lots of accounts and passwords, and read messages between her and her friends saying she went on a date with her lab partner while I was gone. She also lied to her friends saying that we already broke up. She told her friends not to tell me even though her friends thought we already broke up. She explains to them how 8 months earlier I opened up emotionally, crying, explaining how I was depressed, etc. She said it was an awful experience. She literally linked this Reddit post titled, "Opened up to my GF, she dumped me," in her girls' Discord saying, "Is this me?" and her friends say, "Of course not," etc. They then proceed to convince her she needs to break up with me instead of talking to me. I was thinking all week about what we were going to discuss but we never even got to have the conversation. I'm so confused. How did our 3-year relationship end when I left for a week? The reason she gave for breaking up with me is that I am emotionally unavailable. This is not entirely false. Emotional openness is certainly not one of my strengths, but we had talked about this many times before and I felt like I was making progress. But who cares? Our relationship of 3 years is gone for a reason that doesn't seem to make sense. We planned our engagement, getting married. We talked about where we could live together and both go to grad school, finances, etc. I am going to tear myself apart thinking about what could have happened the week I was gone to cause all this. I wanted desperately to understand and for her to be honest, but I know I can't force it. I agree with her that our emotional relationship was far from perfect, but why wouldn't she want to talk about it before making such an impetuous decision? If she had moved across the world, then I would be able to move on, but so much of our lives were intertwined. I will see her every week at church and our friend groups are the same, so I will see her constantly. I just want to have some closure and understanding, but she doesn't even want to talk to me. Sorry for the rant, I don't know what to do. Relevant comments. Sometimes by the time a relationship officially breaks up, one of the partners has been quietly leaving for a while already, checking out mentally. In retrospect, were there any signs of that, or did it come completely out of the blue? OP, there were definitely signs. I just assumed that since we were having such serious discussions of marriage that we both accepted we were going to keep working through the issues together and make our relationship amazing. I just don't understand why she didn't at least talk to me beforehand. Ever since I came back she seemed like a completely different person. I know she wants to be honest with me but is just pushing me away right now. Comment, sounds like she's been wanting to leave you for a while. And I don't blame her if you're the sort of person who breaks into her accounts. Move on. OP, yeah. I knew I was doing the wrong thing reading her messages. The thing is, if all I had found was wholesome messages between her and her friends, then it would be on me. But I didn't. I found that she was lying to me and even to her friends. Update. This is a follow-up from my previous post. I am very well aware this is going to sound unbelievable. A few weeks ago my ex-girlfriend texted my parents explaining how a close friend of hers passed away in a climbing accident. My parents asked for this person's name to see if they knew them and it quickly became clear that it was the guy she cheated on me with who passed. She said she wanted some prayer and she didn't know who to talk to. Obviously it's really weird for my ex-girlfriend to be contacting my parents. My dad's first reaction was questioning if what she was saying was even true. Shortly after an article popped up confirming what she said was true. A few days after, she reached out to me and asked if we could talk. I agreed. We ended up having a phone call for about 2.5 hours and I think overall it was quite fruitful and cathartic. However, I held back a lot of what I wanted to say because of the fact that she was in grief over what is an objective tragedy. Obviously I am hurt beyond words. She would go behind my back in such a manner, and I really wanted to tell her honestly how this betrayal had impacted me, but I didn't because I felt like it would be too much given the already heavy nature of our conversation. She gave me a really sincere apology for the date she went on, and it meant a lot to me that she did. She also told me that they were continuing to see each other. I found this heartbreaking and confusing, and what I neglected to say, however, is that it seems her continuing to see him after we broke up undermines her apology. Is this interpretation accurate? How could she be so deeply sorry that she cheated on me, yet continue to see this guy afterwards? Today was our anniversary. I have not known such a deep and profound betrayal from a person I loved so much. I hope I can learn to love again one day. Top comments. She's trying to say that she doesn't regret leaving you for him, she just regrets cheating on you, thus forever making her a cheater. Even that's most likely a lie. She most likely regrets you finding out about the date, and regrets that she's forever viewed differently by you, her friends and everyone that knows. People don't realize how important their reputation really is. When in the middle of things, they normally don't care because they don't see it as important. However, your reputation is tied to how society sees and treats you, so you find out real quick how important things are. What she regrets is that her bad character is now publicly revealed. Hopefully, when she does come begging back, you have the strength to shut her down. Don't play second place. Comment: when I was younger, I had an ex cheat on me with a co-worker. We ended pretty amicable though. I'm the type of person who doesn't let these things bother them, and carried on with my life as normal. She got into a relationship with this guy and moved into his place. He then began to physically and emotionally abuse her. She messaged me asking if she could stay at mine, because she had nowhere to go. Bad relationship with parents. I told her to ring the police and gave her the address for a woman's refuge in our area. My parents and friends all said I was heartless and she was still a human. I still don't feel bad.